Hello everybody and welcome back to Kingdom Hearts 2 as Vanitas. Little detail, I already recorded this episode, but I was stupid enough not to actually press the record button, so we're gonna go through this again. A bit of a blessing in disguise, actually, because the first attempt of recording this took 45 minutes, and even though the Olympus Colosseum is a fairly lengthy world as it is, and I'll get into that in a moment, we will be doing the entirety of the world in this episode without any cutting, hopefully. That is still a bit too long, and it's mostly to do with the fact that I was getting used to being at level 1 at this point in the game. I figured out though that you're gonna want to use a bit more magic in the playthrough as Vanitas as compared to Sora, which uses mostly strength. At least for right now. I do happen to know what Keyblade we get at the end of this world. I will not spoil it for you. You'll see at the end of the episode. For right now, we're going to go with the Shadow Dragon Keyblade because it has MP Haste Drop. And we also have a Colin Cure, which is a cure which also does area of effect damage, which is amazing. So let's put that in the right customize slots. Put you on fire. And you're already in Blizzard. That is something that took quite a while for me to do in the original recording, which meant that I died quite a lot. I died like 4, 5, 6 times against Hades. The running away part against Hades, because obviously you don't actually fight Hades in this visit to the world. But that does get me to a thing I discussed in the last attempt I had of this recording. And that is that I do really feel like there's a big difference between Olympus Colosseum and every other world. Every other world is like clearly designed to be visited 2 times, having 2 half hours to an hour long. An hour if you're playing it for the first time or you're not that good. Just like half an hour to an hour. Well, depending on cutscenes, it might be an hour to an hour and a half. Long visits. While Olympus Colosseum has a 1 longer visit, and then 1 visit which is only like do a cup. It's not really a visit at all. I don't even think the second visit to Olympus Colosseum is required in any way, shape or form. So this is a Colin Cure. It's pretty good. It damages things while also curing you. It's amazing, and I get killed in 2 hits from basic enemies. We'll get into that in a moment, but I'm thinking level 1 might start to be a bit of an issue. Again, because it's a level 1 run, I don't really think I necessarily need to kill any enemies, unless I want to have like synthesis materials, which obviously at some point we will. Not right now though. I don't know if Second Chance and Once More are level up abilities in this. The game states that Vanitas has been balanced for level 1 gameplay. I would almost assume by default that means that there is a certain amount of you're gonna get those abilities at some point, because this entire game without those abilities at level 1 just seems unreasonable to me. Oh, let's see. Can we? Its strength is its healing melody. You get in my party, and then we have Berserker that doesn't think of conserving its life, or Vengeful Spirit that commanding Sharp Metal Shoe. Its ability to kick across a large area. I think I'm gonna stay with the Scrapper because. Spoiler, the Scrapper actually did a lot of damage against the Cerberus fight in my first recording. But we're definitely going to change the Axe Flapper into the Falsetto, because if it can heal me, that'll be good. Elven Bandana, I don't really care. Actually, keeping it alive even just a little bit longer will be good. And then the Scrapper, I don't really care about that much. Maybe the Scrapper would be better for the Elven Bandana, I don't know. Let's go see Hades and then run away from Hades, because that's what we do. Anyway, getting back on topic, I do feel like they designed Olympus Colosseum to be a 1 world visit, just like it would be in Kingdom Hearts 1, which would make a certain amount of sense, because Olympus Colosseum is one of the very few worlds that is in both games. So to me, it makes a certain amount of sense that after completing Kingdom Hearts 1 and they got greenlit for making a sequel, which wasn't a GBA game, like a proper sequel, they would start with something they already kind of knew, that being Olympus Coliseum, and what could they do with it this time around. And they designed the world and they like wrote a story for it, and then through the process of designing other worlds, they figured out maybe it's more fun if we do a visit to each world twice and have it be ever so slightly shorter. I have no way of proving that that is what happened, but it really feels like that is what happened, because Olympus Coliseum just kind of breaks the pattern, which is just a little strange, honestly. So, yeah, that went remarkably well. For some reason, I don't know how or why, but it went really well. So let's keep doing that. Another thing I got told in the comments of the, not the last video, but one of the videos at any rate, is that if you use magic at the end of a physical combo, it will still do the magic finisher, which I think is just how Kingdom Hearts 2 works in general, not something specific to this mod. But obviously, magic finishers in the vanilla game, they're not that different from just straight up the normal type of magic. So you don't really notice it as much. In this game, it's pretty much like a separate spell, doing the finisher. And I feel like I'm getting abilities that I never equipped because this whole... am I going to do this first time? Because last time this took me quite a while. That being said, I am paying a bit more attention now. I am... No! See? Cure. Cure actually deals damage to things around you, and I freaking love it. That being said, I could do with a little bit of dry forms, which we're going to get that in a moment. We're going to get that back, but not right now, and we need to take out this one last life. I did it first time. This took like 25 minutes to do last time. I think I did it in... We're under 10 minutes in. I was over half an hour in when I did this initially. So this is going to be a much shorter version of this world, which I approve because a 45-minute video was just a little too much, in my opinion. And it was a lot of me complaining. I did talk in that video about, do I want to use Cure? I probably just want to, oh, I definitely just use Cure. I don't care. I might... I talked about it, okay, so I don't want to like seem complaining at all, that's why I'm being so hesitant. But I've been thinking about maybe not doing this as a full level 1 playthrough. It really does depend on getting second chance and once more. If I end up getting those, let's just cure before we go into this fight. If I end up getting those, I am fairly certain that I can do this. It'll be tricky, it'll be infuriating, but other than the Melusia fight, which is optional, I'm fairly certain that I can do this without too much trouble. Immediately cure, apparently. If I don't get those abilities, and those are level up abilities, at least usually, I don't know if I'll be able to do this run at level 1, because again, even though this is an easier version of level 1 run, because it's Vanitas is so much more powerful than Sora, it's kind of ridiculous. We're only about like 20% the way through the game, and we're already like running into some issues. Less so in this recording, so it seems less reasonable for me to be talking about this. Because the last recording, again, I died a lot against basic enemies. But you can see, every time I get hit by a basic enemy, that does about half my total HP, which is fucking ridiculous and stupid. This never happened in the last time. I thought that was disabled because of the mod and something like the model might clash or something. But honestly, it's even better because now he is down and I can do this. And absolutely annihilate his ass. Also, if anybody would care to explain to me what Frenzy Stall does, finally, I'm still wondering that. I have no idea. I'm so close. I don't know why I didn't heal there. Fuck! I was... Leaf Bracer. Had I had Leaf Bracer, I would have survived it. That's another thing. We also need Leaf Bracer. Another annoying thing is this fight doesn't have a retry button for God knows what reason. So every time I die, I need to retrace my steps all the way back from down here, all the way up there. Because that is fun, right? Who wouldn't want to do that? And there's no way I can get around that. There's no, like, closer exits to here at all. There's no retry button, as I said before. So, yeah. And usually, a retry button is just not a thing in Kingdom Hearts 2. I think. Is it in boss fights? If it is in boss fights, it should be here. Anyway. So, I probably should be putting the advice I got to good use, and that is only use magic at the end of your combos, because the combo finishers for the magic, they're really good. The actual magic itself is mostly a waste of your MP. Unless it's Cure, obviously, in which case definitely do use it, but use it close to enemies, because it, oh my fucking god, it actually does damage enemies, so... There's some risk associated with it though, because and that didn't even damage it. Because obviously you need to get close, which means that you then also can get damaged. Don't do this to me. I need to have my magic. I need to have my magic. I need to have my magic. Actually, I don't necessarily need to have my magic. I just need to have my scrapper deal a lot of damage because that's what it does best. Then I need to back up for a moment. And actually, let's just use a high potion. Because I got those. I kind of forgot about that. I don't only have Cure. I can use potions, and I will. Okay, that seems to have worked. That's the wrong button. I'm also playing Birth by Sleep. I mean, if you're watching my channel, you probably know this already, but... Oh, that was close. I'm playing Birth by Sleep at the same time as this, which means that sometimes I'm like, don't you dare heal me after I just heal myself. You're not Donald. You're not Donald anymore, I should say, because you're Donald's replacement. Anyway, so sometimes I like press a button or do a thing based on Birth by Sleep's controls, which don't work in Kingdom Hearts 2 necessarily. And I think I just won. I also think if you're locked onto something and you use Cure, it actually teleports you to that enemy, it looks like, which would be great if that's actually the case. I'm going to have to keep an eye on the fact if that is actually happening. Duelist Counter Guard. I have no idea how it works. I equipped it last time. It just straight up refused to do anything. We're going to go over it again to see if it does anything. Oh yeah, also, the Damage fight has been made significantly more interesting. It's not just water forms, it's actually nobodies. And yes, there's still like 100 of them. I think it's 100, right? Is it 80? I think it's 100. Maybe it's 99. I don't know. Abilities. We need AP ups, which apparently we've got 10 of, which I haven't used yet. Oh, we've got 8. How come we have 8 now? Do we just get AP ups after every fight we do? And I just realized later last time that doesn't make a lot of sense. I had 10 last time. Maybe it didn't open as many chests. When knocked down, quickly regains balance and counterattacks with square. Sure. Counterattack nearby enemies with an attack performing while performing guard. This doesn't seem to be working. That's all I'm saying. I've tried it. It didn't counterattack anything. Oh yeah, the training with Phil also has been made significantly more interesting because they're not just like point collecting, they're actually murdering Heartless. You're fighting shadows in the training, which makes them significantly more interesting. And you do get an ability for it, and I already forgot what ability that is, so it doesn't matter that much. In the meantime, let me get a sip of water because this is the first time in like a week and a half, maybe even 2 weeks, that I'm recording a video without the fan running in the background. You might be able to tell the audio quality is ever so slightly better because of it. But it does run a little bit hotter in here as a result. For the stream that I'm about to do after this recording, I might just turn on the fan anyway. We'll see. The thing is with the stream, obviously, I can't filter out the noise as well. The people on streams have been saying that it's not that big of a deal. So, I can use, obviously, I can use dry forms outside of the underworld. That makes perfect sense. Again, Frenzy Store. I'd very much like to know what it is. I probably should just read into the documentation a little bit more. As a matter of fact, I might just do that. But won't it be interesting to find out through the comment section? I think it will be. I think it'll be a whole lot of fun. Also, I have magic, which is real good stuff. Because you can do this. And then just keep some magic around for just in case I need to be healed. And obviously healing also then. That was an instant kill! Large bodies are instant death. You've got to be fucking kidding me. So yeah, I'm definitely going to go through the documentation to see if I can get once more a second chance without like leveling up. If there's no mention of that to be found anywhere, I'm just gonna level. At least until I get those abilities, I suppose. And then I guess I can go back to level 1. Because that's how the ability works apparently. When you equip it, you go back to level 1 at arbitrary moments. That seems to be how it works anyway. So, Frenzy Store just seems to be a extra slash with the Keyblade. But it also might just, like that slash might be part of my combo to begin with, so I don't know. No you don't, no you, I probably should be... You deal so much damage. Oh, you healed me, thank you. I can't block that, I'm sorry, what? That is bullshit. I want to try this blocking thing. Yeah, I cannot block that apparently, so never mind that. Just let me try and block. No, I can't block that for God knows what reason. Yeah, that it doesn't do anything. Do I need to press attack? You fucking... It does teleport. Oh, I'm on a timer. God damn it, I forgot I'm on a timer. You probably were screaming at your screen. Okay, so this is the reason this version of the recording is going to take fucking forever, because I keep fucking up here. At least this doesn't take as long. Only takes a minute and a half. Anyway. Frenzy Stall. Is it an extra slash? It seems like it might be. But it feels like there's nothing that happens when I press the triangle button. I think the slash that I think is part of, is Frenzy Stall. It's just part of my combo. And it just comes out after, I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? Oh, there you are. Now, please spawn more enemies. I'm on a time limit here. Thank you. And also fuck you. Because that's highly not okay, just not spawning enemies. I guess we'll be going into a dry form here and just annihilating you this way. Because you didn't feel like spawning before, and even this is probably not gonna work. Oh yeah, Cure in this form just becomes real good. Everything in this form becomes real good. This form is grossly overpowered, and probably the only reason that I still consider doing the entire thing at level 1, because look at the power on display here. And yet I still died, because large bodies are an instant kill! Again, after recording this episode, I'm going to look into the potentiality for getting second chance on once more. Doesn't necessarily make it easy right away, but it makes it a lot more doable. Maybe Frenzy Stall just makes it so that groups don't attack you all at once for some reason, because this hack really seems to enjoy throwing a lot of enemies at you at the same time. Which, honestly, I'm kind of surprised the game's holding up with it that well. And doesn't slow down. I probably shouldn't have used up all of my MP. At least in Kingdom Hearts 3 there's an ability that prevents you from using up your last MP. Aerial Reversal! Which I cannot equip. I don't think. Unless I also got AP ups from doing this, which maybe I did? I did not. But I can still equip it, so never mind. Unleashes a powerful aerial attack on distant targets. The initial burst pierces through armor. Let's equip that. And then we go talk to Herc. Again, by this time in the last recording session, I was still in the Hades part of the game. So I'm ahead of schedule by like a lot. And I've still got like an hour and a half before my stream starts. This is being recorded on a Saturday, obviously, because I'm talking about a stream. So I've got plenty of time. I'm not going to record the next episode right away, because I do need to, like... I don't need to, but I like to give my voice a little bit of rest, because the stream is going to be, like, at least an hour and a half to potentially being 2 hours. Let's use that power boost immediately, even though we are going to try to use more magic than just brute strength, because it probably scales a lot better. Let's just use it anyway, because if our strategy works and we do combos and then just finish with magic, a little bit of extra damage with the combo itself probably won't hurt. I'm also going to employ the strategy of just fuck random enemies if they don't give me experience anyway. That seems to be a reasonable enough strategy, right? I mean, eventually we're going to need them for synthesis materials, but honestly, when making the Keyblade, I might just allow myself to gain experience anyway, because doing that at level 1 just seems ridiculous, honestly. Is this where we came from or where we're going? I think this is where we're going! Okay! Congrats me, I guess. I think there's another AP up in the chest up here. I might be mistaken though, I don't know. Let's find out together! It's another AP up, which I don't yet need, but this game does like giving you a lot of abilities, it seems like, so maybe not a bad thing to have. Okay. He says dance, water, dance. He doesn't summon any water forms. It says defeat the water forms. There are no water forms. There are only a lot of these shape-shifting nobodies, which still feel easy to absolutely annihilate. Also, they do still drop MP, so you can do this as well, which makes this infinitely easier, but you do want to do it in the air. You know what? Let's just heal. Oh my... No. Let's heal. Just to deal a little bit of damage as well, and to make sure that I don't get too much damage dealt to me. And yeah, so this might be pretty much as easy as the original water form fight, though I do get an HP increase, which is nice. Though it's at least new, right? It's changed, it's different, and I appreciate that. Even if it's not necessarily more or less difficult, we have the Olympus Stone, so we can finally whoop some ass in the dry forms we have, the one dry form we have. I do wonder when we get the next one. When do we get Wisdom Form? I feel like we get Wisdom Form in or after Timeless River, maybe? So next episode? Because I feel like I remember using Wisdom Form for the first time in the Pirate world. And I think you get Master Form. That's the AP boost I was missing. That makes perfect sense now. I think Master Form you get in Hollow Bastion's second visit / the Tron world. Something like that? I don't know. This also becomes laughably easy because these bat enemies, they just disintegrate in front of you. And so does Pete. But this fight is not a matter of killing all of the enemies. This fight is a matter of a timer. So you kill everything, you even kill Pete, but the timer doesn't run out until, well, the timer runs out. So You just kind of stand around and wait for the next phase of this fight to happen, at which point you can use your drive form, which we... Don't kill me now. If you kill me now, that'll be really, really annoying. You know what? That didn't teleport me, and you did hit me the moment I healed myself. No! The moment I healed my... No, 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 no. Apparently Pete, a lot more annoying than I remember it being from the first time. My muscle memory tells me to use a shot lock. I do not have a shot lock is the issue. Okay. That was a lot more difficult than it was first time around. I'm gonna be honest with you. First time around, that was a lot easier. So let's start by healing. And then only use our dry form when we actually need to heal again. Because dry form do also restore HP and MP. Let's go into the dry... Fucking wrong button! It's the Birth by Sleep thing again. I've been playing the localized version of Birth by Sleep in the 1.5 plus 2.5 remix for the PS4. Which obviously has all of the attack and menu prompts mapped to the X button. But this is the Final Mix version of the game, the Japanese, the original PS2 version, modded, which means that every action is mapped to the circle button, which throws me off ever so slightly sometimes. Just enough to the point where it can be annoying. Also, yeah, definitely mid-air magic is just generally better, it seems like. No, that's not the jump button. Oh, he teleports when you heal in mid-air. That makes no sense. Okay, last time, I swear to you, this fight wasn't an issue. This time around, apparently, somehow it's being an issue. The Hydra fight also was an issue, which makes me afraid of the fact that it's going to be a problem. I would very much like to shotlock you. But shotlock does not exist in this game, so I cannot do that, is the thing. Let's get rid of all of the Heartless first. I never know when to say Heartless and when to say unversed at this point, because, again, I'm playing two Kingdom Hearts games at the same time, and it's really, really annoying to deal with the very small but subtle differences. Small and subtle are the same thing, Vlogger, yeah, I know. It might as well be the same thing. I know they're not exactly the same thing, but in this context, they kind of are. So I'll now show you, because at this point I'm just juggling Pete. I murder him, but he is stuck at 1 HP because he's running out of timer, because that's how this fight works. So that's all we have to do at this point, is just juggling Pete. Because that's what we do. I'd appreciate it if my healing comrade revived. Okay, that also works. I think I get restored anyway, together with my teammates at the start of this phase. And you know what? This time around, we're not taking any chances. Let's just do this. Okay, that's all the Heartless gone. That makes things significantly less complicated for me. Now, let's murder P, because... Dry forms. He does have a shield, which is slightly annoying, because even if I have a lot of DPS output, his shield is just on a timer, and there's nothing much I can do about that, sadly. And he does spawn more enemies, I just noticed. Huh. So maybe taking out the enemies at the start wasn't the greatest idea I've ever had. Oh yeah, there's also a timer here. I didn't mention that because I either die or I win. I never run out of timer here. There's also a timer. I think it's like 90 seconds you have to kill Pete. And if you don't, you just lose. We died and then we won. Again, timer wasn't really that relevant. I very much appreciate having a dry form ready for this fight. So let's try this. We're gonna be at least like under 40 minutes. We're not gonna be under 30 minutes anymore, but that's okay because, again, this is a bit of a shorter world, so a bit of a longer world. So it being a little bit over 30 minutes isn't that big of a deal. The Hydra fight, again, last time, not that big of a deal. So let's see how it does this time. It immediately murdered one of my friends, which aren't really my friends as much as they're like my physical emotions, maybe? I think that's what they are, right? The negative emotions of Vanitas is what these things are. Okay. The moment he puts his hat down, he's done for because, okay, let's heal before we vanquish. Okay, we've won. Now, you know how this fight works. Obviously, we have not won. I mean, I didn't even use my dry form. Yeah, that's for a reason, because that's going to be so much more useful in a moment after we have the Hydra with the many heads. Though this does remind me a little bit of the part in Harry Potter and the sorcerer, philosopher, whatever. Can I already do that then? Yeah, Phil, just shut up. I mean, I can't. Yeah, can I? I can! Oh. Well, that was a waste of time then, wasn't it? Oh, that only stuns them. Who gives a shit? That doesn't matter at all. I mean, you might have to stun them for the... I don't think you do, actually. I think you just straight up do not have to stun them. Dry form! A real good way of not getting damaged in this fight, I found out last time, is getting up on the Hydra's back, because most of your damage is done through range attacks anyway. And especially, I mean, if you're in this dry form, that is. Usually that might not be the best strategy, but right now, it's definitely working. Last time I didn't do the Pegasus part. I don't know if that's just not a thing because of the mod, or if I just blasted right through that HP trigger. I have no idea. But we're gonna blast through that again, because my boy's dead. He's done for. And we won with the dry form still equipped, which means that we get maximum HP increase, we get Storm Element, which is Vanitas' version of Thunder, and we get a new Keyblade, which I'll show you in a moment, because it's actually a very cool Keyblade, and I'm gonna equip it for sure. It's a Keyblade of Hearts, the one Rixum, whatever you like to call it, used in Kingdom Hearts 1. I've wanted to use this Keyblade as a playable character forever, and in this mod, you can. It's the exact same thing as the usual Keyblade you get here, having Air Combo Plus. Not Air Combo Plus, the equivalent of what the Decisive Pumpkin is, but for air combos. And it seems like Vanitas has a pretty good air combo, is all I'm saying. So this might be a pretty good Keyblade to have, even though I literally just said we'd probably go with more of a magic route for this. The fact that that Keyblade, I mean, I can't ignore that Keyblade, is all I'm saying. So, before we end this episode, I'm actually going to go back into Olympus Colosseum, because I want to, 1, equip that Keyblade and see how it looks, because it's awesome, and 2, I want to see what this new magic looks like. So we have Umbra Storm. That doesn't look bad. That does not look bad at all. Okay, so now we need to do it in the air is the issue. Oh, that also doesn't look bad. Huh. And then we go to Keyblade of Hearts, which does not have any magic. That's a little too bad. But it's the Keyblade of Hearts, so I cannot not use it. Because I don't have control of my camera. I haven't mapped that stick. But we have the Keyblade of Hearts equipped now, and we have a Thunder Magic, which I definitely also should have equipped into my shortcut menu. We'll be doing the next episode. Next episode we'll be going to Disney Castle, not Disney Town. That's in Birth by Sleep, which I just did. We'll be going to Disney Castle. where we will maybe be getting the next drive form. I don't know. I'll see you all back next time though. Until then, do not forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe to my channel if you have indeed enjoyed this video, which hopefully you have. See you back next time. Bye.